Lake Tahoe, one of the most breathtaking and iconic destinations in the world. And today, we're touring Crystal Pointe, a one-of-a-kind lakeside estate nestled over 5 acres of untouched Tahoe landscape right on the edge of Nevada. This remarkable property spans over 16,000 square feet and features not one, but 2 funiculars seamlessly connecting the estate's multiple structures. From the grand main residence to the serene beach house and a brand new pier, this hillside compound provides the ultimate lifestyle that embraces Lake Tahoe's raw beauty with its towering pines and deep blue waters. Welcome to Crystal Pointe, an estate that was 20 years in the making. Welcome to Lake Tahoe, everyone, and even more importantly, welcome to Crystal Pointe, this incredible estate. We have a beautiful day today, and as always, we're going to start our tour on the exterior. Now we have the gates opening up to this long, wide driveway that is heated, and it takes you to the motor court of this property. But what I love about this section is the fact that you can see the lake, pine trees, and the surrounding landscape as you arrive to this home. Now, over on this side, you can see the flagstone finish on the motor court. This section is also very private. And to my left, we have two car garages. And this garage gets phenomenal views as well. And you can also see some of the architectural details of this property. The slate roof, stacked stone used throughout the property, the stucco finish. And over on this side, we have this covered space that leads us to this massive picture window. And I love this section because this is where we can see the grounds of the property, these beautiful pine trees, and right in front of us is the main residence. To our right, we have a funicular. This property features 2 funiculars that allow you to travel the grounds of the home. And in this case, it connects the first structure that we have, which is really the staff quarters and the 4-car garage, to the main residence. And it's a really cool experience being on this funicular, looking at the surrounding landscape and realizing that you're in a really cool property.
It is really cool. And for people who might not know, a funicular is essentially just a little train or a tram car that transports people up and down really steep inclines.
And it's definitely a nice touch for this property. The longer funicular is down towards the lakeside, and we're gonna see that later. But instead of taking the funicular, I actually wanna take the staircase here so we can check out the grounds. So the home is situated on 5.14 acres, consists of 2 plots, and with that you have a lot of moments, areas, and sections for you to enjoy. Now, before I continue with the grounds, I actually want to quickly walk this way so we can show the lower section of the 4-car garage that we just talked about. On the lower level, they have a 1-bedroom staff apartment. And on this side, we have a 65 kilowatt generator. And given that this property is such a compound, it's nice to have a feature like that. Now, we just talked about the funicular. You can see the track right above me, which is again, such a fun touch. And the rest of the grounds are spectacular. Can you imagine this section covered in snow? But it's nice that your stone walkways are all heated so you can enjoy the space throughout the year. The pine trees, all these boulders, water features throughout that are currently winterized. And when you add all these qualities and these little nooks and crannies, it feels quite special and quite magical to walk these grounds. Now, we have the main residence there, but first I gotta turn everybody this way because we gotta talk about this tree. They hired an artisan, and this artisan spent 2 years carving this tree and creating all these details and the animals that are also carved out of the same tree, which is wild. And they have mountain lions, bears, birds, eagles that are carved out of wood throughout the property. I mean, you never know what you're gonna run into as you're enjoying and experiencing the grounds. This is incredible.
It really is. It's kind of like something you would see at Disneyland, except it's just hand-carved, authentic. It's really, really cool.
Homes in Lake Tahoe are all about the landscape. And I mean, when you look around the surroundings, the trees, the grounds, it's all about preserving that and enhancing that as part of your experience. In fact, the homeowners were so adamant about protecting the landscaping here. They hired engineers, installed French drain systems, and created natural water flows to feed all of these trees to make sure they can live here and have support. And that's what they paid tremendous attention to. And beyond that, if you get sick of the lake, you can actually use this section here to throw big dinners, big parties, and we have another water feature here as well. Now, in front of us is the entry to the main home. But before we get in, I want to quickly talk about the structure and the layout of the estate. We just toured a 4-car garage off of the motor court, and behind me is the main residence. And we also have an attached guest wing to the main residence that features 4 spacious guest suites. And down below, we have the beach house that you use the funicular to get to. And below the beach house is their brand new pier. We'll pop up the specs of the home right here. It's on the market for $49,500,000. And I want to give big thanks to the listing agents, Mike, Sherry, Susan, and Carrie, for making this tour possible. More information about the home will be in the description of this video. Make sure to check it out. And with that, let's go inside. Some of the design elements and materials that we saw on the exterior of the property are also incorporated to this foyer. Look at the floors here, installed in this flagstone pattern. Then we have the stacked stone columns, and the ceiling design here with this intricate millwork really brings that warmth. Now, behind me is the front door that opens up to the foyer, and over on this side, we have the access to the funicular. Just like we mentioned earlier, this funicular comes all the way in and serves as an elevator, which is super cool. You just open up your sliding glass door and voila, walk right into your property. Now, Cody, why don't we turn to the other side so we can showcase this amazing view. As you walk into this home, you see the lake right in front of you. This property is literally floating above the water, which is so exciting. And coming back to the space to our right, we have the staircase going down to the lower level. And over here, we have a powder room. Let's check it out. Now, I'm always interested in touring powder rooms because it's a good opportunity to make a very small confined space very unique. And in this case, that's exactly what they did. The stone floors with the marble inlays, this exquisite vanity with unique cuts, the curved cabinetry, the beautiful hand painting, and all these brass details. And then if that wasn't enough, you have this marble countertop following the contour of the vanity, beautiful fixtures, this intricate mirror, and the rest of the room features more of the darker tones. And the crown molding detail, as well as the baseboard detail, are hand painted to mimic the look of the marble countertop, which I thought was a really cool touch. Now, jumping back to the landing, we have this massive crystal, hence the name of the property, Crystal Pointe. I love the location here because you have 4 massive cedar columns framing this section, and above us is a massive skylight bringing natural light. It just adds weight and significance to the entry of the grand living room, which is right in front of us. I want to walk right in to showcase the volume, the beam ceilings, the wood finishes, and the grandeur of the space here. And obviously the focal point is the lake. The fact that we're so close to the water and we have these dramatic mountains in front of us, it's a view to take in. Now, I want to quickly turn this way to cover the seating area, nicely furnished. I actually really like the marble coffee table here because the finish on this marble coffee table matches the finish on the beams. And then over on this side, to cozy up and to anchor the space, we have a massive stone fireplace. This is the stone that we've been seeing throughout the property, both on the exterior and on the interior. And a finish like this really helps tying the room together. And when you have a cozy seating room like this, you just want to look outside, enjoy the mountains, the snow, and the fire ties it all together. Now, before we leave this section, I want to point out, we have a lot of TVs throughout this property, and they're discreetly hidden. We have the living room TV right here. And now, Cody, let's go to the other side So we can show the scale of this section, how massive these window panels are. And down below we have the casement sections. And I particularly like this detail because the air in Lake Tahoe is so pure, so clean. We have no pollution here, and we've been told that 84% of Lake Tahoe is owned by federal government and 2 states, California and Nevada, which means only 16% of Lake Tahoe is privately owned. And on top of that, the building restrictions here are very challenging, very difficult, because everybody is trying to protect the beautiful landscape of Lake Tahoe. And that yields you this incredible experience where even though you have residential homes, you feel like you're in the wild. You can just enjoy the purity of the lake, the views, the experience. And beyond that, if you want to enjoy the outdoors a little bit more on this level, there's a massive wraparound balcony that starts from the kitchen and goes all the way to the bar area that we're going to showcase later. So you can just step outside very easily. This is stunning.
It looks like artwork behind you. It doesn't honestly look real, but it's so beautiful.
It's breathtaking. Now, to our right, we have a beautiful piano. There's also a nice dining setup here or a little game table. And before we leave the grand living room, I also want to talk about the railing design here. So they hired an artisan, and this person took 2 years to source all of these willow branches. And then he fabricated these railings that we're seeing throughout this level. And it's just such a fun, interesting, and I want to say a grounding way to create a design element like this and put it right in your grand living room.
Definitely. It's cool how the branches look like they're going through that center post, but those are actually individual branches that were just made to look like it's going through. And the direction that those branches are facing, it's going right out to the outside.
Absolutely. In fact, to our left, we have the kitchen. But before we go check out that space, we have to take all of you to the outside. As soon as you open up the French doors, you're hit with this clean, crisp air, which immediately changes your mood. I mean, it feels amazing to be outside right now. And this property with 525 feet of frontage really capitalizes on these views. And that's why throughout the home, we have so many different balconies, patios, and outdoor spaces. Now, to our right, we have an outdoor dining area and a barbecue station. But because they winterized this property during the winter season, we don't have the top for the dining table, and some of the outdoor furniture is covered. But we felt like going out to this balcony is a great opportunity for us to talk about the lake and the surrounding area. So Lake Tahoe itself is about 22 miles long and 12 miles wide. So it's a massive lake, and we have amazing mountains and scenery around us. In fact, to our left, we have Incline Village, which is this really cool, quaint town. And above that is Diamond Peak, one of the famous ski resorts. And over on the other side, we have the Heavenly, another iconic ski resort. So you're living in an area where you can just go ski early in the day and come enjoy the lake later in the afternoon, even during summer season. The watercolor, the purity of this place is quite special. And in fact, we've been told that right outside of Crystal Bay, which is the area that we're looking at right now, can be as deep as 1,600 feet. I mean, how wild is that?
It's crazy. This is one of the parts of the lake that has the steepest drop-offs. So if I tilt the camera down right here, you go out about 20 feet past the water's edge, and it just drops 700 feet.
You're living around such a vast body of water, and when you tie that with the landscape here, the mountains, it provides a one-of-a-kind experience. And I personally think Lake Tahoe is arguably one of the most beautiful parts of the United States.
100%.
Now, next up, we have the kitchen. This space also features this wall-to-ceiling design with these decorative beams, triangular windows, bring in natural light, and you can see the custom cabinetry throughout, massive island in the center, and they have two-tone granite countertops. And I like the fabrication here. It's quite intricate how they recessed in the center section, and they have the lip design here. Your cooktop, paneled fridge and freezer, chandelier in the center, and of course, even your kitchen faces these breathtaking views. Now, next up, we have the breakfast nook. Dark walnut flooring transitions to the stone flooring here. You have your dining table in the center, all these windows framing different sections of the lake, fireplace, some built-in cabinetry, and then over on the other side, we have an elevator that takes you down to the lower level, and next to that is a pantry. Now, normally I don't really go into pantries to showcase details, but this one has this really cool contraption.
It's pretty smart.
Good use of space.
Totally.
Very smart, so we had to point it out. Now next up, we have this spacious hallway gallery space. French doors open up to the water feature that we talked about earlier. Again, you have your stone finishes, detailed millwork, these full columns, natural light coming in. It's a lovely space, but Cody, we need to bring everybody to the side. So let's talk about this photo for a second because this is such a cool story. These bears were actually right outside in that water feature. This is a photo taken by the homeowner. And when we talk about Lake Tahoe and the natural life here, these bears were literally hanging out outside. And that's crazy. In fact, they have iPhone videos of these bears in the winter coming and playing here. That's why we have outside. I mean, it's wild.
It's really cool, and some people might think that's a little scary or off-putting, but I think it's cute. Like they don't want to hurt us; they just want to relax and like rinse off.
Let's not forget we're in their environment.
Exactly.
You know, and to me, it's such a cool experience. I mean, imagine being able to share that with your kids.
Yeah.
Be able to watch them from your gallery space and just look outside. I think this is one of the coolest aspects of having a property in Lake Tahoe.
Totally.
Now, before we check out the rest of this wing, we have to bring everybody to the formal dining room. A very elegant space. The table set up in the center, and I love that it's a circular table. Everybody can see each other very comfortably. You got a gorgeous chandelier in the center, complemented with this dome ceiling and all the intricate molding design. And Cody, we gotta take everybody this way. Look at the dresser here and the mirror above. This furniture set here is so exquisite and detailed, complementing the room really well. And you know I'm gonna nerd out on the details. Open shelving has glass shelves. It keeps the space nice and light with mood lighting. And then they use granite countertop here, and they use the same granite and made these precise cuts and did a beautiful install to curve the wall here. I admire a good construction detail, nice craftsmanship here. And of course, the room frames this incredible view, and right in the center, spot on, we have this famous sugar pine tree. So this particular tree is one of the oldest sugar pine trees in the country, well over 200 years old. And it was very important for the homeowners to create spaces and moments in the house where you can just capitalize on this view and have the tree right in front of it.
One thing I didn't know compared to regular pine trees is on sugar pines, the cones are massive.
Okay, Cody and I looked up and we couldn't believe it.
It's actually crazy.
Yeah, it is pretty crazy. And something about this property that I really enjoy is how it follows the contour of the land and creates unique moments. I feel like every 20 to 30 feet that we travel in the property, we have a different outdoor space, indoor space, different view, or a moment to enjoy. And to me, that's really special. That's what this property provides you. Now, if we follow this wing, we go to the primary bedroom suite. But before we do that, let's continue checking out some of the other common spaces. The entertainment lounge, or the parlor as they would like to call it, is a great entertainment space with vaulted ceilings, all these picture windows, exposed wood beams, and all these different sections that we're gonna cover. Now, right in the center, we have this Brunswick pool table that's over 100 years old. And in fact, Cody, if you follow me this way, look at these rustic bowls. It's so cool. And when you throw them to the pockets, there's actually a really cool collection center that is located right here.
Nice.
It's a nice touch. Now, over on the other side, we have a game table right against the picture windows. Again, views are just breathtaking. And of course, a space like this is complemented with a really nice sunken bar. Now, sunken bars are really cool because you can conversate with your guests and be on the same eye level with them as you're serving them. And we have some built-in cabinetry here. And Cody, I don't know if you can tilt up to this section. They even have some cool mugs there. They fill the space with so many different accessories and memorabilia. And in fact, why don't we take everybody to the other side? They also have this really cool rustic barber chair here if you want to get a haircut. I'm kidding, obviously this is just an accessory. a cozy seating area with another stone fireplace. They also have this section in the bar section with this curved ceiling design, kind of adding up that rustic feel. And I just realized these small side tables feature the same marble that we saw in the powder room.
Yeah.
Now, can we talk about the balcony here? This is the same wraparound balcony that extends out to this section, and it just gives you a chance to enjoy the outdoors even from the right wing. And again, floating above the lake doesn't get that old, so it's nice that you have the access here. Now, next up, I'm going to show my skills when it comes to dart. Not only we have a dart on the other side, there's actually a marker on the floor here, and in case you're bad at the game, down below they also have this cork art design, so you either hit the dart or the cork wall, and let's see how good I did. Did pretty well.
That was pretty good, actually.
There you go. Now let's continue our tour. We got more to see. These are some of the historic pictures of the original property that was located here. And it's nice to have this element tied into the design of this property. And continuing our tour, we have a long hallway that takes you to the guest wing that we're going to tour in a second. Now, Cody, why don't we come this way? To our right, we have the movie theater, but first, we got to check out this reading nook. I'm going to call this space a reading nook, but it can be an office or another small lounge. But this room gets phenomenal natural light. It has a fireplace. This property in total has 13 fireplaces, which is quite impressive. We can see all these pine trees and rest of Lake Tahoe. Now, next up, we have the movie theater. As someone who was born and raised in Turkey and spent the last 17 years of his life in the United States, I have to say I'm always fascinated by American movies and American homes. In fact, even after doing over 400 episodes in the last 5 years, I'm still surprised by walking into movie theaters and seeing how the homeowners design these kind of spaces. And in this case, we have a really unique movie theater. 12-person seating that is extremely comfortable. You have red carpet and this really intense movie theater theme throughout with Egyptian silk wallpaper, these full columns, wall sconces, and you have your 14-foot screen here and a little bit of a stage. That way your family, your kids can have a little performance here and you just have this cool space to enjoy. Now, more facts about this room. They have built-in speakers throughout, and within the projector room, they have over 4,000 movies. So it's guaranteed that you will not be bored in this entertainment space. And with that, we're done here. Next up, we have the guest wing. Now I want to take a quick break from our tour and thank Oru for sponsoring today's video. As many of you know, building and running a business is not easy. Between day-to-day operations, managing sales, accounting, websites, and everything else, it can be overwhelming. That's where Oru comes in, which is an all-in-one solution to manage every facet of your business. Let's say I want to build a website. You can use Oru's website builder that allows you to create a professional website in just a few clicks. Simply answer a few prompts about your business, pick a color palette, decide on what you want to focus on, select the theme, and customize it to fit your needs. It's that easy. You can see I created an events site for the movie premieres we've been hosting for our documentary style episodes, and it took just a few minutes. The best part, your first Oru application is completely free for life. That includes unlimited hosting, support, and even a custom domain name for 1 year. So whether you're launching a new brand or upgrading your existing business, Oru has you covered. Check out the link in the description to learn more about their incredible tools. And again, big thanks to Oru for sponsoring this video. And now, let's get back to our tour. This section of this property has its own entry from the grounds, which is really nice. And coming this way, we have the seating area and the small kitchenette for the guest wing. Now this section is super cozy. We have 4-bedroom suites that we're gonna see in a second, but right off its entry, we have vaulted ceilings that are beamed, mood lighting, another fireplace with a beautiful mantel work. And over on this side, we have a really nice open kitchen. And I personally been really enjoying the table setup here. You sit right against this picture window, you enjoy the views, and you have a small kitchenette here with a Keurig, which helps. Now, I want to take everybody this way. Let's go see the 4 guest suites. Now, this side of the home is very much built for families. In fact, on this hallway, we have a washer and dryer, storage closet, and on this level, we have 2 guest suites. The first guest suite does not feature a fireplace, neither a balcony, because it was designed for kids. And the second guest suite is designed more for the parents. And this room comes with 2 full beds, carpet floors, beam ceilings. You still get to enjoy the views. And in the bathroom, we have a tub, again, keeping the kids in mind. Now, over on the other side, you will see that the second guest suite is a little bit more spacious, comes with a king-size bed now, a fireplace, and a good-sized balcony opening up to the outdoors. That way, parents can enjoy this side and the kids can enjoy the other guest suite. And this one is actually fish themed. That's why the woodwork, the fish here, and even the bedside tables are designed like fishing rods. So it's nice to have these quirky elements throughout the room. And in fact, the beach house down by the lake level also has themed bedrooms as well. Now, welcome to the bathroom. To the left, we have a walk-in shower. Very nice vanity with a granite countertop and 2 sinks. And over on this side, we have a corner jetted tub with a massive picture window framing the views. And even though this level is fantastic, I think upstairs is a little bit better. I told you guys, upstairs bedroom gets a little bit better of a view. And the layout of this bathroom is exactly the same. You have your corner tub, vanity with 2 sinks, walk-in shower. And I have to point out, this house features carpet in the bathrooms. And I know that's not a choice that, let's say, most people would go for. It's a personal preference. But what I like about carpet, or what's so convenient about carpet, is the fact that when you take it out, it's really easy for you to install your next flooring. Because when you prep your subflooring to install carpet, you're leaving it in a really good condition where you can just lay your next subfloor over it and do tile, hardwood floors. So changing carpet is extremely easy. Now, Cody, why don't we go inside of the guest suite? The layout is the same, but this room gets more natural light. You have vaulted ceilings, all these beams, your king-size bed. I mean, it has a great energy to it. And Cody, can we pan to this side? Another discrete TV.
Nice.
And right next door, we have the guest suite number 3. And that one also comes with 2 full beds, the same layout, with a full bathroom that features a built-in tub. Now, another thing I want to point out, we've been actually staying in this property over the last 2 days. It's been a lot of fun. Guest Week is the area that we're staying in, and waking up in this property, seeing the sunrise, seeing the sundown, seeing how the lake changes and moves over the span of a day has been very rewarding. I mean, it's a really cozy home, and I can't still believe that at night I go to the office to work and come into one of these bedrooms and stay in.
It's been really awesome, especially the sunrises. Having every bedroom look out over the lake, you're just woken up by the colors in the sky and how the light comes over the mountain and just fills the entire home with light. It's really magical.
Every single morning we woke up early just so we can capture that and share it with you guys. It's been a lot of fun.
Definitely.
Now, let's continue this way. Let's take everybody outside so we can see the balcony. It's nice that almost every single room in this house opens up to the outdoors. I mean, when you have a scenery like this, the trees, the landscape, the lake, you want to make the best of it as much as possible, almost in any given moment. And that's why having a balcony like this is fantastic. And this is actually not the last bedroom that we'll be seeing. The next one we're going to see is quite special. Now, this wing of the home not only features the primary bedroom suite, it also features an amazing office that's to my left. But before we do that, Cody, not only I want to pan this way, French doors open up to the grounds, but if you tilt up, look at the pine cones on those corners.
Little motif, that's cool.
Little motif, little detail, and I just caught that actually. Now, on the other side, we have the double doors opening up to this exquisite office. Brazilian mahogany millwork throughout your desk, the leather chairs, fireplace, the weight of the room, the beam ceiling and even the windows above are just all adding up to the powerful stance of this room. And I've been actually spending a lot of time here, working on my computer, enjoying the peace. There's something about working in an office like this or a library where there's so much intentionality. It helps you focus the weight of the room. And when you have a view like this, it just adds up to your overall experience. And the other thing that I want to commend the owners on is how well they maintain this property. The exterior, the grounds, the interior spaces is really well kept. It shows their pride in their ownership. You know, when we walk properties, there are many ways for us to evaluate a home and how much the owner cares for. And when you see a property that is super clean, super well maintained, that says a lot about the owners. So that's one thing that you can look in the future when it comes to touring other properties and seeing other people's work. Now, follow me this way because we gotta check out the primary bedroom, which is spacious, massive on footprint, and these double doors open up to the bathroom or the center section of the primary bedroom. But first, I wanna take everybody to the bedroom itself. When you walk in, you're just in awe with the ceiling height, these beams, and this frame section here where you have that iconic sugar pine tree, the mountains, calmness of the lake, and yeah, this is where you're staying. I mean, your king-size bed, it's grand, it's powerful, but it's also cozy. And I think they walked that line really well between making the room really spacious and grand, but it's also cozy. It's not super oversized, so you still feel like you're protected in the space. And you have your lounging bed, of course, one of the 13 fireplaces, and above that is a concealed panel that hides your TV, so you can enjoy some movies straight from your bed as well.
Really quick, I want to pan up, or tilt up actually, to the ceiling here with these curved wood beams. It's so almost like medieval, but it's still cozy. And I can just imagine sitting here at night with the fire on and the glow on the ceiling. I just think that's so cool.
There is some Gothic and medieval energy to this home with some of the details, wall sconces and all that. And I just feel like it's part of the charm, part of the character. I mean, we're in the mountains and look at this frame here. The property is so private that they don't even have any window coverings. And can you just imagine sitting here with your candle lit up, reading your book? Really special.
Really, really special.
All right, follow me this way. Now we're gonna see the bathroom. It has this center section that is super open, and you have your floor to halfway mirror wall, so you can kind of see yourself get ready for your day. Over on this side, we have a very spacious walk-in shower. That is all stone clad all the way to the ceiling. And then over on this side, we have the first walk-in closet that is quite spacious. We have the two vanities to our left. Again, granite countertops, fixtures, picture frame. And Cody, can we get a close-up? You got to point out some fun details. A TV.
The little TV.
That's right. That's right. All right, let's move on to the built-in tub. It's jetted. It frames that same view that we just saw.
I like that there's a little bit more privacy, especially here, because you have that stone almost retaining wall holding the mountain there. So even without coverings, like, you are very, very private.
And can you just imagine seeing those bears outside straight from your jetted tub?
It would be cool.
It would be a trip. But yeah, super cool. Fireplace on the other side, your second vanity, toilet to my right, and then we have the second closet here. But the kid in me wants to immediately take everybody here. We have a built-in, what do you call these?
It's a scale.
Yeah, there you go, scale. And Cody was messing with it earlier. Let me see if I can get my weight right. There we go. 150, 40, 190 pounds. Not so bad. With all the clothes I have on me, I'll take that. And the rest of the closet. And that's pretty much it for the primary bedroom suite. But of course, we still have lots to see. The arrival experience to the lower level is super cool. It feels like you're walking into a cave. I really like these granite walls mimicking the landscape outside. Then you have your stone steps, and let's not forget the willow branch railing design that comes up from the main level, your water feature, and then to my right, we have the wine cellar. This space can hold 1,687 bottles, which is pretty impressive. It's also temperature controlled, and I really like the millwork here. It smells fantastic. Now, around the corner, we have a vanity with a brass sink. Really cool space. Now, jumping back to the landing, we have 2 additional hallways here. To my right, we have a door that opens up to a full bathroom. And we have a full bathroom here because if you follow the staircase here and go outside, there's an amazing jacuzzi that we're gonna see later. And then on the other side, we have the door that opens up to the second funicular that takes you down all the way to the beach house. But before we get there, I wanna take everybody this way so we can check out the game room. This is a really nice, cozy, intimate space. Hardwood floors throughout, but I really like how they install these hardwood floors. They're white plank, and where they have the screws, they have these small fillers that are square, so you get that additional character. Small seating area with a TV, really cool pattern on the ceiling. And if you go this way, we have a table set up, ski bowl, and of course, amazing views throughout. Now, if I were to utilize the space, I would turn it into an office. I would position my desk here, have a conference table on the other side, appreciate and enjoy these views. And it's nice that this section is a little bit away from the living quarters of the property. Now, also to my right, we have the elevator coming down from the kitchen side. And then over here, we have a really cool water feature. And the door to my left opens up to one of the many utility areas of this property. Now, this one is arguably the biggest, and you can really see the structural elements of the property, utilities, plumbing, and electrical lines. And I'll do a detailed video about this section. If you want to watch it, it'll be on our Patreon. And with that, we're done with the lower level. Now, let's go outside. It was important for the homeowners to design the outdoor spaces, walkways, and staircases in a way that blends with the landscape as much as possible. And I think this staircase is a testament to that. But then, off of the landing, we have this amazing jacuzzi that looks like it's carved into the mountain to add up to that statement. And it looks so inviting. It's super cool. It's basically on the lower section of the main residence, and then you get these phenomenal views. I mean, can you imagine spending all day on the lake and then coming up to this level, getting inside of your hot tub, and then going inside of the home? I mean, that sounds very cool.
It really does. And the lake and the view that we have from this jacuzzi is just such a stark contrast from the homes that we see and the area that we all live in LA. Like, all of this combined, I think, is top 5 most beautiful places in the United States.
I mean, not only I fully agree, this is our 3rd time in Lake Tahoe, and every time we come here, the homes, the experience, the area always inspires us. And beyond that, when you look at this property, the 5.14 acres, all these different structures, and a brand new pier that comes with 2 boat lifts and 2 buoys, so you have access to the lake where you can really enjoy it and make the best of it. And that's what's so exciting about this property. And in fact, let's get into that funicular so we can check out the lake level. Welcome to the funicular, everyone. What a cool experience. You can just simply roll down to your beach house. It's comfortable. I want to say you can probably have 5 to 6 people in this funicular pretty comfortably. And beyond that, the tracks are heated, so you can use it year round. And you get a different perspective of the lake from this funicular. And the way they have these funiculars designed, they slot into the structures like an elevator, basically.
Yep.
And the other thing that I really appreciate, look how close some of these pine trees are. They floated the tracks of the funicular above the boulders, so they protected the landscape, but we're passing really close to these trees.
Yeah,
the
like this one right here.
Yeah, I mean, it's right there. It's super cool. And beyond that, given this property's scale, you will never be able to recreate this ever again. I feel like I would just get on this funicular just for the fun of it.
I think so too. You go down and then you take these emergency steps on the right up as a little workout.
Exactly.
We're here.
Yep. Almost at the beach house. Let's go check it out. So the beach house has a really unique story. It took the homeowners 10 plus years to get their permits and plans approved to build the structure, and after that, they spent 2.5 years constructing it. I mean, the end result is amazing. You have a 3,600 square foot home that is so close to the lake, but then when you think about it, you realize that there are no roads that come down to this level. So In order to build this structure, they had to use helicopters and amphibious barges to bring the material, which is crazy. That's why having a structure like this is quite unique. And in fact, let's turn back and cover some of the spaces. First up, we have the seating area. You have your cozy leather couches and chairs, the solid wood coffee table, the light fixture above, vaulted ceilings, and of course, the same stacked stone was also used here for this cozy fireplace. And above that is this really unique mantel design. And just like the main house, they have TVs throughout.
Yep.
Now, another thing to mention, this structure was completed in 2016, but I really appreciate that the styling of it and the overall architecture matches the original home that was completed in 1997. Now, we have the bifold doors here opening up to an extremely spacious patio, where we have a fire pit right in the center, but the same fire pit is also a water feature, and since they have the property winterized, they currently have this closed. But between the seating, the ambiance here, you get the point. I mean, this is an incredible outdoor space for you to enjoy, and we're so close to the lake. Today is a very calm day, so we're not really hearing the waves, but it's so quiet down here, so peaceful. And what a way to entertain, and what a way to capitalize on this amazing property. Just open up the doors, have your friends and family fill up the space, have barbecue back there, just sit down, enjoy the lounging beds, and take this view in. Now, let's take everybody back inside, and right in the center of the main floor, we got this gorgeous part. The first thing that stands out to me is the millwork, the hand-carved details, the wrought iron railing design on the bottom for your foot if you place bar stools here. All the stained glass and the family crest right in the center, and the ceiling height here with these engineered beams and motorized skylights add up to the overall airiness of the property, but you still have this cozy cabin-like feel. On the floors, they have the same 3/4 inch walnut hardwood floors throughout this level, and then over on this side, we have the spacious kitchen. This beach house is designed in a way to be utilized more as a guest home and really an entertainment space, but this is a proper kitchen. Between the cabinetry, custom details, these handles, the core stainless steel appliances, and the countertops here, I mean, it has it all. You have your gas cooktop with a custom vent and this beautiful backsplash design. And I appreciate that they left this section open so it just opens up to the rest of the main floor. And in fact, over on the other side, we have an amazing dining area. What frames this section is this stunning table that was made from a 2,400-year-old alligator juniper tree, and you have semi-precious stones inlaid throughout with a lazy Susan. And Cody made me realize that it's also vein match right here, so I want to correct it back. And when you look at the chairs, the leather work, the overall experience, this is a stunning table. I know it's not for everyone, but the amount of time, craftsmanship that went into this table, and the ambiance here with the chandelier above and the vaulted ceilings, this is a moment to enjoy. Now, I'm gonna go to the other side because we have a hallway here that takes us to a staircase, and to my left, we have an elevator that takes you down to the lower level. Now, this is the closest interior level to the lake, and that's why the two guest suites that we're gonna tour are very, very special. This room features two full-size beds, a lot of pillows, but kidding aside, if you pay attention to the beds, the bed sheet, the tapestry on the back has this bear theme. In fact, this room is bear themed throughout, and I'm gonna point out those fine details. Now, also above, we have the beam ceiling design with mood lighting, cozying up the room, and then you have these massive picture windows, bringing the outdoors to the indoors. And down below, you have the casement sections, and just like we talked about earlier, you can just benefit from the natural air that comes in. Fireplace, more inlaid, handmade tiles that are bear themed, and this mantle design with the bark on the front, it's a clever touch. Now, follow me this way. To our left, we have a walk-in closet, and then after that, we walk right in to the bathroom. These bathrooms are really well done between the jetted tub, the spacious walk-in shower. And if you look at the stone selection, the tiles, the chiseled edge, and how they fabricated the entire space, I can tell they spent a lot of money and resources to craft these spaces. And I also appreciate how low the tub is, but it's not super low. That way you can be inside and still be able to enjoy the views and maintain your privacy. Now, over on the other side, we have the toilet and then the vanity. Stone countertop with two glass sinks that are over the countertop. These really cool mirrors, and your pendant lights are also bear themed. And look at your paper towel holders and even your toothbrush holder, all bear themed.
That's cute.
Pretty cool. Now, next we have the second guest suite. On this one, we're gonna start our tour with the bathroom and then go check out the bedroom. The design layout of this bathroom matches the other one that we just toured. You have your jetted tub that is a little bit sunk in, and the design elements between the stone countertop, all the tile work that wraps into your walk-in shower with a casement window. I mean, this is a really nice bathroom. They certainly didn't hold back on finishes. And then on the other side, you have your solid wood cabinetry, glass sinks, pendant lights, these unique mirrors. It's a really nice bathroom. Now, Cody, why don't you walk backwards for a second? We can show the closet here. And then next up, we have the bedroom. This one features a king-size bed, and I really like the ceiling design here with all the mood lighting. It just concentrates your experience a little bit more. And then of course you have your corner fireplace cozying up the room, all these massive picture windows framing Lake Tahoe. This room has a lot to offer. Now, I want to quickly mention something. We got a chance to tour this property yesterday. A listing agent, Mike, was kind enough to show us around and provide some of the details. And as he was showing this particular room, for some reason, I felt so grateful. I'm like, what a life that we get to live, where we tour incredible assets, but more importantly, be able to celebrate people's lifelong dreams, their creations. I mean, when you think about it, building an estate like this can take upwards of a few decades. So for us to come here, stay in the property, experience it, document it, and share it with the rest of the world is really special. Something that I don't take for granted. And in this room, as Mike was showing us around, me looking at Lake Tahoe, I just got so sentimental. And I'm really grateful to all the opportunities that have been given to us, you guys' support. And yeah, with that, we're done with this section. Now, why don't we go outside so we can enjoy the lake a little bit more and see that amazing pier. Now, the beach house keeps giving. In fact, down below, we have this really cool spot with all these swing chairs, lounging beds, and even a fire pit area at the end. And it's also nice that it's covered so you can just enjoy the views, be a little bit set back from the lake. And what a great place or a moment for you to just enjoy a cup of coffee, read your book, enjoy the ambiance, and gets better. When you go the other way, there's a beautiful stone staircase. It almost looks like it's carved out of the mountain, and the hillside here takes you down to the pier. Now, this pier was recently completed, so we're one of the first people that are experiencing it. It's 14 feet wide, so it's double the size of your usual docks or piers here in Lake Tahoe, and it is 51 feet long. Steel construction throughout. I really like the decking, and it looks very modern. And beyond that, it completes the offering of this estate. Now you have multiple structures, the beach house and your proper water access. Now to my left, we have a 12,000-pound boat lift that houses 2 jet skis, and then to my right, we have another 12,000-pound boat lift. And given that the water levels on the lake changes, it's nice to have lifts like this. So no matter how deep or shallow the water gets, you can accommodate your boats here very comfortably. And also, you have proper access to the lake. You can come here in the morning, take a little dive, enjoy the scenery. And I personally would like to just sit on a chair here and watch this incredible view. Lake Tahoe is truly, truly breathtaking. And now from my angle, you can see the entire estate, the main residence, the beach house, the grounds, the landscaping. It's a rare offering, and I'm glad we got a chance to tour it and share it with all of you. As night falls over Lake Tahoe, Mike, the listing agent, graciously invited us to dinner, an opportunity to reflect on this extraordinary estate and share a great meal with even better company. With its grandeur feel, rich wood interiors, and soft lighting, Crystal Pointe exudes a comforting coziness and warmth that makes you want to never leave. This was more than just a trip. It was an occasion we'll remember and cherish, a rare opportunity to capture a unique property in one of the most beautiful places on earth. We're grateful for Lake Tahoe's beauty, the hospitality we received, and meeting incredible people along the way. Thank you, Crystal Pointe. Until next time. Alright everyone, that's it from Crystal Pointe. Hope you'll enjoy this tour and feel free to share it with someone who may enjoy this video or may find value in this tour. We really appreciate your support. And also, I want to give big thanks to the listing agents, Mike, Sherry, Susan, and Carrie, for making the tour possible. And as always, you can find more information about Crystal Pointe in the description of this video, so make sure to check it out. And with that, we'll see you guys on the next one.